Sumakum. About him, it is said that it is easy. That great Arif who's buried in the Qabristan of Sheikh Khan, just behind the Haram of Bibi Ma'sumakum. About him, it is said that he would start his namaz al-subh at awwal waqt, and he would end his namaz al-subh 2 minutes, 3 minutes before qada. That means his namaz al-subh would go on for an hour and 15 minutes. Something that we recite in 2 minutes, he would take 1 hour and 15 minutes, 1 hour and 17 minutes. And most of his namaz would go in the qunut. And don't think this qunut is that they recite as something. Ayatollah Bahauddini, Sayyid Bahauddini, one of the great Urafa of Qum, he would recite, Ayatollah Araki, who was also one of the Marja Taqleed. That the incident of Ayatollah Bahauddin is something else. Ayatollah Araki, who was one of the Marja Taqleed. So when Marhum Ayatollah Khui passed away, the Marjayat came to Sayyid Muhammad Rida Gulpaigani. 10 months he was the Marja al-Itlaq, almost the entire Shiite world took it up. Then he passed away. When he passed away, then the Marja'iyat was between two individuals, Ayatollah al-Udma Araki and Ayatollah al-Udma Sistani. One of them, they were on the same level, and we had to make a choice whom to go for. At that time, Mullah Asghar decided to go for Ayatollah Sistani, primarily because Ayatollah Sistani was young. Ayatollah Araki at that time was very old, and he was having a lot of problems hearing because of old age. Something similar that is now with Ayatollah Wahid Khurasani. So because of that, Marhum Mullah Asghar decided that it would be difficult to communicate with Ayatollah Araki because of his health, and because they were both at the same level, and Ayatollah Sistani was younger. Marhum Mullah Asghar decided that the World Federation will go for Ayatollah Sistani and our entire community, and then obviously the communities in Pakistan and India and the rest of the Urdu speaking and Gujarati speaking all followed Ayatollah Sistani. And then the other Jamaats, the Iraqis and the Lebanese and the Bahrainis and Kuwaitis, they were having their own setups. So this Ayatollah Araki, about him it is said, he would recite Dua Kumail in the qunut of his prayers. We can't sit and recite Dua Kumail sitting down on a Thursday. He would recite it standing in the qunut of his prayers. Ayatollah Mirza Jawad Tabrizi, his namaz al-subh would be 1 hour 15 minutes. Ayatollah Bahjat was asked, what was the situation of the ulama during your time when you were young? He says, those days were different, these days were different. He says, Agha, what is the difference in those days? He says, one day in the month of Ramadan, when I was a student, I was a Talib Ilm, I was not Bahjat as you know me now. In those days I decided, let me find out how many people actually go to the Haram of Amirul Mu'minin. This is Najaf. How many people go to Haram of Amirul Mu'minin to recite Salatul Layl? He says, I went to the Haram of Amirul Mu'minin and I counted 70 ulama praying Salatul Layl, and in the qunut of the witr prayers, they were reciting Dua Abuhamza Thumali. This Abuhamza Thumali, though, takes an hour and a half to recite. They would recite it in the qunut of the namaz witr of Salatul Layl. Why am I saying all of this? Let me now just dilute it and come to our setup. Why is it that when there is Shab Juma Majlis over here, you will find certain individuals, certain youths inside, and certain youths not over here? If there is a Friday, and there's the occasion, the munasabat, the wiladat, the shahadat, certain individuals are here, certain individuals are going to play soccer and football, practice matches. When there's England playing or somebody else is playing, if there's a munasabat, a certain group of boys and girls would come into the Imam Barga. Some know the match is more important. The same people, the same faith, the same Amirul Mu'minin, the same Rasulullah, the same Quran, the same God, the same body, the same flesh, the same blood. Then what is it that is not allowing those people to come and some people to come and some not to come? Where lies the difference? It's not that those who are coming over here are made of gold. It's not that they're from the family of marja'iyat or mujtahideen. They are the normal people of our community. But this group manages to come, the other group is not able to come. What is the difference? Something has to be different. Come look at our state. Sometimes we just don't feel like doing anything. When it comes to namaz, there are some people who will, 2 minutes left for qada, now I'm going to pray. Some people get up for namaz salatul layl. Others get up at just before 5 minutes before qada. What is the difference between them? The difference between them is the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Certain people have been given a specific favor of God. For certain people, God says, I pull it back from you. People whose tawfiq means the grace of Allah to do good deeds. Some people, we say कि Allah आपकी तौफीकात में इजाफा करे. May Allah increase the tawfiqat. Allah तारी तौफीकात में इजाफा करे. Tawfiq means the grace of Allah for you to do good deeds. So we say, may Allah increase His grace upon you to do good deeds. Means, may Allah increase His grace upon you to do more ibadat. But God says there are times when I take away that grace from you. When I take away the grace, then you would rather go to a restaurant and have a burger takeaway or a takeaway restaurant rather than come to the mosque. If I take away the grace of mine, you would rather play a football than come and listen to the majlis of a masoom. If I take the grace away, then forget about even praying Salatul Layl, Salatul Fajr, you'll pray at the time of qada. Why will He take the grace away? Because of certain reasons that we have done. Certain reasons that we have embarked upon. As a result of which God says, because you have done that, I cannot give you my grace. Who is going to tell us what is that problem in us that Allah does not like? As a result of it, He holds back His grace. Dua abuhamza al-Thumali. In Dua abuhamza al-Thumali, you know, in this dua has come from the Zaban Muqaddas of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. Imam Sajjad alayhi salam is exactly referring to this. That, oh Allah, there are times when I want to come to you. Now, he's not telling upon what is happening to him. This is inconceivable for it to happen to a masoom. Inconceivable. It's impossible. But he's paraphrasing our state in his words so that the message comes to us and we sit and discuss this. He turns to God and says exactly what we at times say. I just don't want to do something. I want to pray for you, but something happens to me and I just don't want to go to you. I want to do munajat, I want to do dua, but as I said to go, the mind changes, the body becomes lethargic, the mind becomes numb. I don't feel like doing. I said, Aya, Gawadi, let it go. What is it? First he puts this, and then he gives 11 reasons in Dua Abu Hamza. 11 reasons as to what could be the reason that you have taken away that extra mercy and extra grace, that I'm not able to come to you. And remember this one thing. If you think that the worst punishment of God is that He puts us into problems, He puts us into difficulties, we violate Him and He puts us into bad health, bad wealth, bad situation. That is not what it is. Rawat tell us the thing that is really dangerous is when Allah takes away from a person the sweetness of his ibadat. So many tawatur, Rawat tell us, that when Allah does not approve of a certain individual, He doesn't do anything. There's only one way He can do the destruction, and it doesn't have to be so overt. He will just take away the beauty of His ibadat from that person's heart. Now this person, he will not want to pray namaz on time, he will not want to attend the majlis, he will not want to do matam, he will not want to do this, he will not want... It starts off a whole series of cyclic reaction that eventually ends up into perdition and doom. And that is why Rawat Newmani says, you affect me, you go against me, I will just take away the shirini, hulvul ibadah, Halawatul ibadah. I will take it away from you. And this is what Imam Sajjad says. And he starts off, and I will read, and they'll show it. I put it up as a presentation of a PowerPoint, and you will see. So he starts off saying, Ya Allah, I want to come to you. I get ready to come to you. I make a decision, but as I come, you cast sleep upon me. You make me lax. I just don't want to come. I just leave you, and I go back to my work. Then he puts out those 11 points. Is this done because of this that I'm doing? One, or is this probably it's because of this that I do, or probably it's because of this that I've done, or probably it's because of this that I'm constantly associated. He puts 11 reasons. What we need to do is, which part of this 11 reasons do I fit into? If any one of these 11 reasons fit into us, it's wawela for us. We're going nowhere in life. Forget about the afterlife. We're going to go nowhere. And so it becomes important that we need to identify what are these 11 things that Imam says, one of them could be a reason that Allah is not turning to you. He's turning to Mirza Jawad Malik Tabrisi for 1 hour, 15 minutes for namaz as-subh, but he doesn't want me to recite for 2 minutes. Namaz al-Fajr. He says, just let him go. And you remember in one of the Jummah khutbah I did say, there are times when a person asks Allah, he doesn't give. He tells the angel, I've answered his hajat, but don't give it to him. Don't give him. Hold it back. But why? You've already agreed to give it to him. Because I like his voice. I want him to keep coming back to me. Let him keep asking me. And conversely, there are people who ask Allah, and Allah tells the angel, give it to him. Angel son says, but you don't like this guy. He says, precisely that's the reason I want to give it to him. I don't like his voice. I don't want to keep hearing. If I don't give him, he will keep asking me. I don't want to hear that Allahumma from him. I don't like him. Give it to him so that he doesn't come to me. So let's start off with this introduction. And I want to just read out the initial start when Imam is saying in Dua Abu Hamza al-Thamali. He says, Allahumma, O my Lord, inni. And so you will not see this on the screens. On the screen, just for brevity's sake, I've just put the 11 points so that we take this lubul labab, the kernel. He says, Allahumma inni kullama qultu qad tahayya'tu wa ta'abba'tu. وَقُمْتُ لِلصَّلَاةِ بَيْنَ يَدَيْكَ. Oh Allah, whenever I've decided to get ready to stand up in front of you for prayers, وَنَاجَيْتُكَ, and I want to sit and do munajat with you, أَلْقَيْتَ عَلَيَّ نُعَاسًا إِذَا أَنَا صَلِّيتُ. So as I'm about to get ready, you put me into a sleep. I feel sleepy. I feel disinclined to come. I wanted to pray, but as I'm standing, you've put that slumber upon me. Now my heart is turned away from you. I don't want to stand before you. I don't want to do munajat. You've put the slumber upon me. وَسَلَبْتَنِي مُنَاجَاتِكَ إِذَا أَنَا نَاجَيْتُ. And I was wanting to do munajat and recite Dua Kumail, but all of a sudden, you want me to turn the pages and see how much more Dua Kumail is remaining. Oh, another 7 pages. Oh, another 6 pages. This is so difficult. I can't. And I close it. You don't allow me to do the munajat. Mali. Why does it happen? كُلَّمَا قُلْتُ قَدْ صَلَحَتْ سَرِيرَتِي وقرب من مجالس التوابين مجلسي عرضت لي بلية أزالت خدمي. And whenever I want to join the people who are doing good things, something happens, I commit a sin. As a result of it, a curtain comes between you and me. You don't allow me to come to you. You stop me from coming to you. And when Allah stops somebody from coming to him, there's nobody who can help. وَمَا لَهُ مَن نَاصِرِينَ. And then he starts off. He says, is it that this situation is coming to me, that you're not allowing me to come to you? Is it because of this, or this, or this, or this? Let's start off this first slide, please. Now, the first of the 11 things that he's talking about. The first thing he says is, Sayyidi, O my Lord, لَعَلَّكَ عَنْ بَابِكَ طَرَدْتَنِي وَعَنْ خِدْمَتِكَ نَحَيْتَنِي. Is it because you have cast me away from your door and you have dismissed me at your service? Is it you're not allowing me that beauty, that shirini, that sweetness of your ibadat? Is it because if you have turned me away from your door and you have driven me away from you, that you don't want me to come next to you? So the first thing we have to be aware of is that one of the reasons that our ibadat, we don't feel inclined towards the ibadat, we don't feel wanting to do the ibadat, it could be, Imam is telling us, that you've been turned away from the divine proximity. He says, stay away. what you're doing currently is stay away. I don't want you next to me. You heard about the khutbah on Friday about Fudail ibn Iyaz, a student, 3 years of listening, of consuming alcohol. What happened to his end? He says, stay away. What you're doing now, with that I don't want you to come to me. Stay away. Again, that example of that boy who used to consume alcohol. And Imam Zaman and Ayatollah Behjat, that incident. Yaad Chetam. Ayatollah Behjat says, don't come to me. I don't even want to look at you. This is the first one. The next slide, please. The second, considering Allah's rights as trivial and unimportant. Imam says, is this probably you don't want me to come and do munajat and do ibadat with you for, أو لعلك, or perhaps, رأيتني, you have seen me, you have noticed, مستحقا بحقك فأقصيتني, that you have seen that I am considering your huquq as trivial, and so now you have just left me aside. See, once, twice, 3 times, if somebody is looking at a certain ruling of God and is not paying importance, Allah can let it go. But if it becomes continuous, then it becomes mustakhif. Mustakhif means somebody who considers the rulings of God as trivial. For example, you remember that when Imam Sadiq alayhi salam was about to pass away, he said one sentence, yeah? لا تنالوا شفاعتي من استخف بالصلاة. Whoever considers salat to be trivial, to be unimportant, he will not get my shafaat. Consider salat to be trivial means what? One, he doesn't take time to recite the salat properly. We've got so many traditions. We've seen people, when they go into sajda, one head down, up, second head down, up. Who recites, what he's recited, what he's done, he don't know. At the time of the Holy Prophet, he sees somebody, exactly what some of our youths do. Quickly coming for prayers, goes into sajda, puts his head down, gets up, puts his head down, gets up, second rakat. The Prophet looks at him when he finishes his prayers and goes away. He says, this is the prayer of a ghurab. Ghurab means a crow. Crow pecks food from the ground. He says, this is how he's prayed his prayers. The salat of a crow. These are all considering salat to be insignificant. Somebody who always prays 5 minutes before qadha, that is considering salat to be insignificant. And this could be the reason Allah says, my rulings. Look at khums. You're not bothered about khums. We're just not bothered about khums. So many things that are there that we just not bothered. We be insignificant towards it. We become insignificant towards God. God will become insignificant. You have to understand, Allah is so possessive about His religion, Islam. He's so possessive that He is willing to sacrifice anybody and everybody for it. Even if it is Hussein ibn Ali, he will have to die to save my religion. Even if it is Amirul Mu'mineen dies, my religion has to be saved. And that is why he said in the Quran, he says, look, my Prophet, you are the Habib. It is because of you I've created the entire universe. But لَوْ تَقَوَّلَ عَلَيْنَا بَعْضَ الْأَقَاوِيلِ, if you add into my religion something which I have not said, that means you tamper with my religion. لَأَخَذْنَا مِنْهُ بِالْيَمِينِ, I will hold him by his hand, ثُمَّ قَطَعْنَا مِنْهُ الْوَتِينَ, and I will cut his neck. You, Habib, may be the reason I've created the universe, but even you, if you were to insert and tamper with my religion, I will kill you. That is how possessive he is about his religion. And this religion, with all its ahkam, if we are showing triviality towards it, insignificance towards it, he says, stay away. If I'm able to sacrifice Hussein for saving it, and the same religion you are showing insignificance, stay away. Don't come to me, don't even talk to me. I don't need your munajat. That's why Imam Sajjad is saying, أَوْ لَعَلَّكَ رَأَيْتَنِي مُسْتَخِفًا بِحَقِّكَ فَأَقْصَيْتَنِي. Probably you've seen me that I'm being insignificant to your rulings, not giving importance, so you're throwing me away. Number 3, negligence towards and turning away from Allah's remembrance. أَوْ لَعَلَّكَ رَأَيْتَنِي مُعْرِضًا عَنْكَ فَقَلَيْتَنِي. At times you find me turning away from your remembrance. I don't want to remember you. I don't want to talk about you. I would rather spend time watching television rather than reciting Quran in the month of Ramadan. You don't like it, and that's why you're driving me away. You're throwing me away. We go very fast so that you can ask questions after that. The slides are available from the media team. You can take it from them. So probably you've seen me, and this again, turning away from the remembrance of God. Allah says, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَلَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا in the Quran. It says, one of the reasons that I hold back your risk is when you don't come to me, when you don't pray to me nor appropriately, when you don't remember me, when you don't do my dhikr. فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا. Ma'ish means a livelihood. I will take away your livelihood. I will take away. I am Lord. I can do whatever I want. This is not some president who can say, I can destroy any country. This is the God who's got haqiqi powers. He says, you don't do dhikr of mine, I will make your livelihood strained for you. You have to come to me. Taw'an or karahan. Either by obedience or I will force you to come to me. You have no option. Number 4, أو لعلك, these are so important things in our lives. أو لعلك وجدتني في مقام الكاذبين فرفضتني. Or you'll find me associating with people who lie. Lying is such a sin that we've got tradition which says from the Prophet, which says a mu'min can commit a murder. A mu'min can commit zina, but a mu'min cannot lie. Sometimes we got a convoluted understanding of a religion. We think, oh, zina is big. Oh, murder is big. Rasulullah says a mu'min can commit murder, a mu'min can commit zina, a mu'min can never lie. That's how important lying is. And he says, and Imam Sajjad says, probably you're not allowing me to come towards your proximity. The reason is, you find me associating with liars, with people who lie left, right, and center. And because of that company, you don't like me and you're keeping me away. Because you don't like, well, in Allah la yuhibbul kadhibin. We don't want to. Allah doesn't like those who are liars. Because I associate with them, He said, okay, because I don't like them and you are there, birds of a feather flock together, go away. We need to be careful whom we associate with. It's not any Tom, Dick and Harry. On the day of judgment, we will say, Ya laytani khuttu ma'a rasul khalila. Oh, how I wish I had taken the Prophet as a khalil. And then the same person will say, oh, how I wish I had not taken that person as my friend. I was such a good person. That person deviated me from the right path. Look what happened to Zubair. Zubair is from the people of, he stood up against Amirul Mu'mineen in the battle of Jamal. This Zubair was a person whose words, for whom the same words were used as was used for Salman. What did the whole Ahlul Bayt say? Salman minna Ahlul Bayt. Salman is from our Ahlul Bayt. The same words Amirul Mu'mineen used for Zubair. La yazalu Zubair minna Ahlul Bayt. Zubair has always been from the Ahlul Bayt till the time his evil son Abdullah was born. Abdullah was born and he took away Zubair from me and he made him my enemy, standing against me in battle of Jamal. Hum fiha khalidun fin nar jahannam. Forever and ever into the fire of Jahannam. Now somebody stands up before Ali, khalas, finish. Somebody from Ahlul Bayt, because of the son that he grew up, who became a Nasibi, turned his father away from the Ahlul Bayt. Be careful whom we associate with. You saw me sitting and associating with those people who lie. Being ungrateful. The 5th one is, ungratefulness Allah doesn't like. Listen, the 4th Imam is saying, you are turning me away from your munajat, from your ibadat, you're taking away the tawfiq or ibadat from me. Is it because perhaps ra'aytani, you see me ghayra shakirin li na'ama'ik faharamtani, you find me not being thankful and grateful to what you have, the bounties that you've given to me. As a result of it, you've left me go. We have to understand, we can't always complain. 10,000 ni'mat God gives, we don't say thank you. One thing happens wrong, we say, this is what God does to me. Pura Leicester ma hu jumaido ana mate. 10,000 things He gives us, but we don't say thank you. One thing bad happens, one thing bad happens. One check of ours bounces, and the bank is after us. There's no money into the bank. Bas, pure Leicester mein sirf mera imtihan dena hai Parvardigar. He only wants to test me, nobody else. Ungratefulness. 10,000 things I gave you, you don't see that. Your son's coming over and reciting Dua Kumel, whereas somebody else's son is going and partying with his friends. You don't say thank you for that. One check For some time, I didn't put money into your bank. You want to start cursing me and complaining about me. What about that son who's reciting Dua Kumail? Ask that father whose son goes out into partying in the discotheque. Can he sleep at night? You are able to sleep at night because you see your son reciting Dua Kumail. No, thank you for that. Little money not there, you want to be complaining? لَإِن شَكَرْتَنِي لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ لَإِن شَكَرْتَنِي لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you thank me, I will increase my bounties. وَلَإِن كَفَرْتَ. If you do kufran and ni'mat, then don't ask me. So now Imam Sajjad is saying, is it you're turning the beauty of your ibadat from me? Because I'm ungrateful, I'm always complaining, not thanking you for what you've done, but picking out, cherry picking those things that you've not done and then hitting you on it? Is that the reason you're keeping me away from you? Number 6, not associating with ulama. أو لعلك فقدتني من مجالس العلماء فخذلتني. Or possibly you see me not associating with the ulama. Whenever ulama comes, bana these pagdi wala himat hai. Maulana, these Maulana aise hi hota. All these ulamas are like this only. We don't want to sit with them. What does he know? What has he know? I've got a double masters, a double graduate. What does he know? Or I don't want to go with him. Because this is one of the signs of Akhirul Zaman. The riwayat says, the Prophet says, in the Akhirul Zaman, people will run away. People will run away from ulama as sheep run away from wolves. When that happens, Allah will send down 3 adhab upon this community. No time to go into that. Some other time we'll discuss. 3 adhab Allah will descend upon this individual, upon this community. The 6th Imam and 4th Imam is saying, you are turning me away from the love of the sweetness of worship by doing your ibadat, because لَعَلَّكَ فَقَدْتَنِي, you don't find me in the meetings of scholars, and you've said, these are the people who represent my religion. You don't go to them. I'm not talking about myself. I'm a talib ilm. You've got ulama sitting behind. I'm not trying to promote, and it's not a PR exercise. This is what the Imam has said. That you find the people not going, is it because I don't mix up with the ulama? Either I don't take them enough to be my level, or I don't want to listen to the talks, or religious talks don't affect me, so I don't sit with them. Is that the reason you say, I don't want this person to be talking to me and doing munajat to me? I will swerve him away for something else. Number 7, أو لعلك رأيتني في الغافلين فمن رحمتك آيستني. And is it because you find me of the ghafil ones, heedless ones? You're not bothered what is happening. If najasat, you don't bother about it. Wudu, you're not sure whether, you're not taking care whether you do wudu. Parts of it remain dry, parts of it remain bas. Bas padne ke hisab se pad rahe, because we have to pray. Ghafil, what happens? Jaldi pad ke khatam karo, finish it off in 2 minutes. Don't worry about it. Ghafil of everything, you don't know. You have long ambitions, list of ambitions. I want to do this when I'm 25, this I should reach when I'm 30, by 35 I should have this, by 40 I should have this, I need to retire with £5 million when I'm 55. But what about Akhirat? Your son, can he recite Alhamd properly? Forget your son, can you recite Alhamd properly? Instead of Wala Dhalin, you say Wala Zalin. Not bothered, heedless, ghafil. Akhirat mein jo hua dekha jayega. Is it because of this attitude of mine that I'm ghafil of what I'm doing, of my responsibilities towards you, that you say, he's not bothered about me, why should I be bothered about you? Why do you even make an effort to come to me? I will take away the sweetness that you want to stand up on the musalla to pray to me. From the musalla I will turn you away. Number 8, participating in batil and sinful gatherings. That's exactly the opposite of the ulama, of the sitting with the ulama. أو لعلك, or perhaps رأيتني, you saw me آلف مجالس البطالين. You saw me frequenting the gatherings of the idle ones, those who waste time, those who talk nonsense, those who talk. You guys know better than me. Come on, you will teach me all this. In unis, in school, you've got people who know what they talk. Yeah, you know what they talk. You know what they talk. If you are part of that group, my friend, they don't look beyond anything except girls, except music. You know it. It's not something that's hidden. Associating with them is a problem. Or you see me frequenting the gatherings of these people. فَبَيْنِي وَبَيْنَهُمْ خَلَّيْتَنِي. You said, you like those people? They are not for me. They talk all nonsense. They talk all dirty things. They talk something that are not right. I don't like the talks. You want to be associated with them? I leave you to them. On the day of judgment, don't come to me asking. You wanted to be with them, not with me. Stay with them. Where they go, you go. We don't want to be going where they're going. We want to be where the Ahlul Bayt are going. So that's number 8. Number 9, and this is again part of the first thing. أَوْ لَعَلَّكَ لَمْ تُحِبَّ أَن تَسْمَعَ الدُّعَاءِ فَبَاعَدْتَنِي. Oh, you just don't like my voice. I use words with my family that are harsh. I use words with my kids that are harsh. I use words and language which are not suitable for a follower of Ahlul Bayt. Coming into the mosque, I say, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein. I go home and there are 10,000 swear words coming out of my mouth. I go to the uni, 10,000 swear words coming out. I want to be like those people, the whites. Every second word is a 4-letter word. Because of that, my voice, my tongue has gone dirty. You don't want to hear the voice coming out of that tongue, which in the mosque says, Ya Hussein and Ya Ali, but when it goes outside, it's all 4-letter words. That dirty tongue, you don't want to hear it. So he said, I don't want him. I will put sleep, I will put slumber, I will put disenchantment, I will put disinclination into his heart, so he doesn't come to me. He doesn't come to me, he doesn't talk to me. He doesn't talk to me, I don't hear his voice. His voice is not good for me. Number 10, أَوْ لَعَلَّكَ بِالْجُرْمِ وَالْجَرِيرَةِ كَافَيْتَنِي. And it all boils down to this one. Is it because of my sins and my disobediences to you that you've just turned me and left me and you abandoned me? I don't understand. Certain sins I find it very hard to understand. Like for example, a person who's, say for example, I'm not pointing to anybody and I'm not even looking at anybody. I'm focused on what I'm talking. But say for example, there's a 65-year-old boy, a man, a 65-year-old man, and he shaves. You tell me, what does he benefit from shaving? An 18-year-old, 20-year-old boy, if he shaves, I can understand. He goes to uni, he wants to attract somebody. A 65, 70-year-old man, when he shaves, what does he benefit? Who is he going to impress at that age? But yet he commits the sin. Sayyid Bana, tell me, I don't understand, Bana. A 70-year-old man who's shaving, what is he benefit? Who's going to marry him at that age? Who is he trying to impress? He can hardly stand and balance on his feet. He wants to shave. Do what? Certain sins you don't understand why it happens. How do people do it? But yet he wants to shave at 70. Baba, you're living a bonus life. Anytime he can come. You still want to oppose God. Fourth Imam says, وَاللَّعَلَّ أَوْ لَعَلَّكَ بِالْجُرْمِ وَالْجَرِيرَةِ. Because of my sins and my disobediences to you, insolently, in front of you, I'm saying, you tell me not to shave. I will still shave even if one leg of mine is in the qabr. Because of that, you say, go away, just stay away from me. And the last one, shamelessness towards Allah. أَوْ لَعَلَّكَ بِقِلَّةِ حَيَائِي مِنْكَ جَازَيْتَنِي. All of this points to one of these things. Being shameless towards Allah. You've given me so much, you've given me so much, you've given me a life, you've given me a reputation, you've given me ilm, you've given me a good body. I'm not this, I'm not that. And yet if somebody turns back and behaves in the way that I behave. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about myself. I'm looking at internally myself and I behave. She says, I'm just shameless. Sharm nahi hai mujhe. Haya nahi hai mujh mein. Ki wo itna mun'im, he's given me so much and I'm just not bothered. Shameless. Because of the shamelessness, God says, Baba, why are you coming to me? Don't even make an effort. You're still going to go back again to what you're doing. You're not going to improve. So why come to me in the first place? These are real jolting things, yeah. You need to actually reflect. Sometimes when you listen, you feel like crying. This is okay, now we are all together, but when you're alone and you read, you really feel, if you're putting me into Jahannam, he has a right to put me into Jahannam. All of these things are belonging to me. You want to cry out of shame. And Imam Sajjad is bringing out the core of our evils and putting out and showing us, Baba, this could be one of you. And don't say that, oh, they are doing it and why can't we do it? They don't do all these things. That's why they're able to stand for an hour and 15 minutes for namaz al-subh. You can't stand for 1 minute. Your namaz al-subh is 1 minute. Yours means I'm talking about myself. 1 minute. where we'll go. Anyway, so I just thought I should highlight this to you. It might be too quick that I've gone. If you want to take, ask them to give it to you. Ask them to put it on Communite. Go read in the nights. Shab Qadr is coming. Nights of Maha Ramadan, when you have, some time, read it. Does it affect me? Sometimes you have to forget about the sound and the avalanche of noise that is there in this world. Just cut yourself up and just take some time between us and God. There has to be some time when you spend with God and go through it. So really, each one of them is me. Each one of them is for me. I have to sort myself out. I think, so if you've got questions, I was supposed to speak for half an hour, but I had to build up. But I'm still willing to take the questions if you want to. Half an hour for questions, whatever it is.
Maulana, thank you very much for enlightening us on these points that we have read, 11 points. Thank you very much, Maulana. Jazakallah khair, Maulana. Now, all these points that you have, is this what you call connected with this Dua Abuhamza Somali?
Yeah, this is one paragraph within Dua Abuhamza Somali.
So this is all part of the Dua
Yes.
Abuhamza that we recite.
Yes.
So it's all connected with the Dua Abuhamza.
Not connected in the dua. This is part of a dua.
Oh, it's part of the dua.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
I've just picked up one paragraph.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much, Maulana.
Just picked up one paragraph.
Yes, fine. Thank you. The other thing which is coming in my mind, Maulana, that now as we grow, I'll talk of the age. Now, I remember you had said that our last breath is all depends on our iman, how we are going. It's depending on how we are on our last breath of life. Now, what you call, as we are getting older, our strength, our energy is getting weaker and weaker. So what will it apply to those, when we were youth, when we were young, the time was different, we could maybe attend more majlises, more ibadat, during the youthful time. But as we get older, so what will happen to that situation when now we are getting old and our energy is getting weak now to do more ibadat? Okay,
so I hope the ladies have understood what the question is. The question is that Murtazaba is asking, as we grow older, our strength goes down and we're not able to keep up pace with the ibadah that we used to do when we were young. And because our akhirat is dependent upon that final moment of death and the state of our iman. And now as we are moving in our life and the body is debilitating and becoming weak, how does it work out? See, this is very important. And this is where the rahmat, first of all, one should never become mayus and disappointed and hopeless about the rahmat of God. That is the second biggest sin after shirk. If you pick up the book of if you pick up the Gunah Kabira of Ayatollah Dastaghaib Shirazi, the worst sin is shirk, associating partners to Allah. The second greatest sin is becoming despondent and hopeless of the mercy of God. Never become hopeless. Now there's nothing left. I have to go to Jahannam. That is the second biggest sin after shirk. So the mercy of God is always there. Up to the time you are able, even 5 seconds before you see Malakul Maut, istighfar is accepted. It's only when you see Malakul Maut and it's gone. So, now that your question, what happens when it comes closer to when your old age is there and the body is weak and you're not able to do? We've got tradition, and this is what I want to explain to the youths, yeah? Before you go listen to this, then you can leave. Let's listen to this one point. The question is, if an old person is not able to do the ibadah that he used to do when he's young, what happens to us? After you listen, then you can go. We've got tradition that says that if a person in his old age was doing a certain ibadat, and then because of sickness or because of old age, he is not able to do that ibadat, Allah will tell the angels, write the thawab of that ibadat that he used to do when he was not sick, and write it down, because had I not given him sickness, he would have continued to do that good deeds. And so my recommendation always to the youths is, as much as possible, keep doing in your youth. Because if you have been doing it, and then when you grow old or when you fall sick, when the body is not able to do the same ibadat, Allah will tell the angels, write those ibadat for this person, because sickness is given by me, old age is given by me. Because I have given him sickness and old age, he is not able to do Ziyarat Ashura that he used to recite when he was young. Now that he's not able to recite, even though he's not reciting, write the rewards of everyday Ziyarat Ashura, because had he not been sick, he would have recited it. Yeah, Haya, you can leave now. I don't know.
Any questions from the ladies? You've got a mic in the ladies if there's any questions. If not, then we can wrap up. Final call. Any questions from the gents?
Oh, very short. Maulana Sahab, thank you very much for such a beautiful lecture. A very quick question. After listening to these 11 points, if a youth person decides that Allah has taken my tawfiq away, so what's the big deal now? I just carry on the same path that I've been carrying on. So what's the best way for that person to turn around and say, look, my tawfiq has been taken away, but what can I do to come back to Allah again? So what's the best way for him to what to do and what practices he needs to take on?
So for returning back to a person who's traveled in a state whereby if the tawfiq is gone and he wants to turn back, there are two things. One thing, so for example, I'll just give you a comparative answer and then come back to it. When a person has committed a sin, you do istighfar. But when then if the sin is something that requires you to do something, then you have to compensate for it. So for example, if somebody was supposed to pray namaz subh on time, if he's done qada, he has to do two things. One, he has to do istighfar to God, seeking forgiveness for having missed the prayers. And second, he has to do the qada of the namaz because he's missed the prayers. If he just does istighfar, it will not help out. He has to do the qada as well. At the same time, just doing qada will not be enough because he's violated the ruling of God. So in addition to qada, he has to do istighfar, both of them together. Coming to your question, if this person has turned away from God, what does he need to do? He needs to do two things. One, he has to do istighfar. To turn to God and say, I've messed up. To put his hand up and say, and accept before God, I have messed up. And I want to change. Like the incident of Fudail ibn Iyad. He was a dacoit and he becomes a waliullah. So he does istighfar. Secondly, he has to compensate for what wrong he has done. He has to look at these 11 points that Imam Sajjad has given and see which one fits him and correct him. If he is not sitting with the ulama, he needs to find the ulama and gain ilm. If he's sitting with the kadhabin, with the liars, he has to stop associating with them. If he's sitting with the gatherings of sinful people, he has to stop. So he has to stop doing those things if any of these fit upon him, and then do istighfar, and then he'll come back to on the right path. Allah will bring him. If a person takes one step, he takes 10 steps, Allah. But the thing is, for istighfar, it's not any istighfar. There's a specific method that has been given by the Prophet. The Prophet himself, despite being masoom, says if you want to do istighfar 70 times in the morning, 70 times at night. This should be a practice of every individual. 70 times istighfar in the morning, 70 times at night. So morning istighfar clears out all the problems of the morning, night istighfar clears out all the problems. So our ulama akhlaq also tell us, you want to go into the path of God, into spiritually refining, make sure 70 times istighfar, morning and night, and you're on the path towards istighfar. Then you solve yourself this problem, and you will see how Allah comes forward to pull you towards Him. Yes. So that takes care of the night. Then we need to do 70 in the morning. But not everybody will be reciting namaz shabba and salatullah in the day. Let's pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Parvardigar. तुझे वास्ता मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद का कि हमारी इस इबादत को तेरी बारगाह में कबूल फरमा. Parvardigar, for the sake of the holy Ahlul Bayt, hasten the reappearance of Imam Zaman alayhi salam. Grant us tawfiq that we may become part of his global revolution. Allah, those who are sick by the wasila of Imam Kadhim alayhi salam, grant them an expedited and complete recovery. Allah, by the sake of Imam Rada, Imam Jawad alayhi salam, those who are having financial problems, may their financial problems be warded away. Those who are makruth, may their qard be given away. Allah, we pray to you to provide maghfirat and grant maghfirat to all our marhumin, especially our parents. Allah, grant them tawfiq that and grace them with your maghfirat and your rahmat in barzakh and in akhirah. Allah, grant us that we may have aqibat bi khair. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Muqallib al-Qulub, Thabbit qalbi ala dinik. Allah, when we pass away from this world, pass away with Iman, and grant us that in paradise we are in the company of the holy Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun ala al-mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.